hate the homies.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I Hate the Homies podcast. Your boy Rock Teasy in the house.
Man, what's cracking? It's your West Side homie Griff, man, and I hate the homies.
And it's your boy Supa Dave. But guess what?
We don't care. How about that?
Episode number 5.
Cinco.
Hey, we want to thank our phenomenal sponsor, McDonald's, man. The quarter pounder with cheese is the truth, man. So we're going to talk about that later on in the show. This week, NBA Finals, of course.
Yup.
Can the Warriors repeat? Steph Curry's legacy. Where do you rank him? Greatest of all time.
Like that.
NBA draft. This is going to be an interesting conversation.
I think it'll be a short conversation.
I think it's going to be a Super Dave conversation because who's in it?
And we're going to have a little fun and we're going to rank NBA's top basketball trios of all time.
I like that.
All right, Tyreek Hill says Tua Tagovailoa, more accurate than Patrick Mahomes.
That was okay. Next,
all right,
what else?
And we can't end we can't end the podcast without talking about what Tom Hanks did for his wife, and they're comparing that to Will Smith and all that.
I actually have a big star next to that story. I cannot wait till we talk about that, homie. But now,
before we get started, though, I have to point out one obvious situation.
I'm
What's
listening.
the obvious thing?
Why are you sitting so close to Super Dave? Like you?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I feel violated. I feel violated. I feel violated.
Don't move. Yeah, I can't move because the cameras is already set on us right here. I am hella close, dog.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
But look, oh, shut up. You ain't even say nothing all loving me on the side. Stop it.
Big brother Griff is
Ask KC. KC is the voice. Now you being bullied. Now somebody touching you inappropriately.
He's doing it now.
Don't do that, dog. It's the voice. You don't make me.
Big brother Griff, love his little brother Supa Dave. That's right, my little brother Supa Dave.
Who love him the most? Him, Uncle.
Oh my God!
Him, Uncle, dude.
Like he wants to cradle me and then broke me at the end.
Fuck the baby, fuck the baba.
Y'all are stupid, and I love y'all for reals, man. Let's talk about the NBA Finals in Boston. Really having my mama call peanut butter and jelly choke sandwiches. So how about Boston eating a lot of peanut butter and with the fluffernutter? The way they choke, dog. Like they didn't even try, dog. What happened to the eye of the tiger, dog? They just had your boy, the best shooter. Who played for him forever. The from Los Angeles, the shooter. He was just in the crowd at a game and they won. Then he came to another game and they ain't win. He was part of the 3 with KG and Ray Allen.
Oh, you talking about Paul?
Yeah, Paul Pierce. You can't even win in front of Paul Pierce, dog. Have some heart about yourself.
Well, let me first say this because when you're wrong, I'm gonna tell you when you're wrong. But when you're right, I'm gonna give you props. Right. Super Dave called it.
Oh my God! I can't believe it.
Hey,
I can't believe it.
As hard as I'm on you every week, you called it. I'll give you props, man.
From day one.
From day one, you said Golden State in 6. So congratulations, Super Dave.
Right.
You just earned the super back to your name.
I got a tear coming down right now because I can't believe it.
Well, let me wipe it. I'm so close.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Put my man's hands in your face.
I felt no. But I told
you got something in your eye. Let me lick my thumb.
I told you guys, especially after game 3, when Boston was up 2-1.
Right.
That was a golden opportunity. I'm talking about Boston.
Yeah.
A golden opportunity to at least put some fear in the Golden State. But then what happened with Steph Curry in game 4?
You pissed him off.
He showed up.
He came alive.
He talked that noise after the game.
Put up over 40 points in that game. He was the team in that basketball game. He had other guys contribute, Wiggins and everything, but when you look at the main superstar in that team, it was Steph Curry. And from there, they started rolling. Boston lost. They lost 3 in a row.
Come on, dog.
For the first time all season.
They really did, dog.
3 in a row.
They really did, dog. And that's why, and here go the crazy part is they had the whole country behind them. High key, low key rooting for the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, they got all them young boys. They got young legs. Woo, woo, woo. And then you even said it's the depth. Big shout out to Draymond Green got 12 in the last game.
He showed up.
12 rebounds and 8 assists. He almost had a triple-double.
The glue.
The money and endorsements that Draymond gonna make. When Draymond say, you know what? I would never like to make a layup again. I made hella money already. I'm not tripping. I'm just gonna do my own podcast that's sponsored by so many people.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And we gonna listen. But I really, why was he so mad at Kendrick Perkins, dog? Did Kendrick Perkins, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about,
Yeah, from
in one of the interviews, he was like, yeah, you know, and why the new media is real players that used to play, and this is what we're going in, and that's why JJ Redick and everybody else got nice podcasts, and Kendrick Perkins, you look like a clown coming to the stadium, homie. What, man, Kendrick?
Well, Kendrick called him out.
I know, of course.
But he had reason to. But the reason behind this, like what we talked about last week, was about the podcast. When you don't play well, it ain't about the podcast. What he did about the podcast is after the game. It's in his hotel room or at home. It don't have anything to do with what's going on the basketball court. Draymond Green just wasn't playing well.
Yeah, he had some
until
horrible games.
until that final game. He fouled up 3 times in this series. So I don't put much stock into what Perkins said, but with Draymond Green, he showed up in the game that mattered. That final game.
Did.
Let me say this about Draymond Green. Here's why I respect that brother. Say what you want to say. Dislike him if you want to dislike him. He know how to get in the heads of other team.
Absolutely.
That's what he does, and he is
what you want.
He is one of the greatest teammates and team role players of all time.
Maybe
when he was struggling in the 2 games, Kerr had to bench him. Kerr had to put him on the bench.
That was the smartest coach's move.
He did not cuss. He did not be a baby over there. He wasn't fussing. He accepted his role to say, I'm not playing well.
You need to take me out.
You need to take me out. That's why I respect Draymond Green. But let me ask you this question, man. This is 4 championships in 8 years?
4 in 8 years. Is
Golden State considered a dynasty now?
No.
I would definitely have to imagine that, being from the Bay and them not having, when you go back to the Mullen and the Weber years, and when you for the Bay Area to finally, and now they really in Frisco and not in Oakland, and you know what I'm saying, there's something special going on right now with Golden State. To the Bay Area people, definitely a dynasty. To maybe NBA hard knowledgeable fans, maybe not so much. Dave, I already know that you was like, dynasty might be too strong, but I'm just saying.
No,
they're a little market. They used to be a little market. Remember when they used to be a little market, though?
Yeah.
Like Milwaukee.
Yes. But a dynasty now, 4 championships in 8 years, that counts for something. You look at what LeBron did when he was in Miami Heat. They went to the finals, 4 times?
Yep.
But only won 2.
2 of them.
Yep.
Okay. San Antonio.
That's not a dynasty.
San Antonio owned the early 2000s.
Yeah,
with Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Parker. They won 3.
Yeah.
That's a dynasty. But nothing compares to what the Boston Celtics did back in, if you want to say the 60s. I mean, I wasn't born yet.
You might as well just give them the championship trophy.
I mean, they were a dynasty then. But then look at the Chicago Bulls. With Jordan, 6 titles.
He would have won 8 if he didn't retire.
Oh, yeah. But
Detroit didn't get a gang of titles.
They got a couple.
They had a couple, but see how
But
you
that's not
can't
a
tell
dynasty.
nobody. It's not a dynasty, but you can't tell nobody from Detroit that wasn't a dynasty.
I'm telling them now. It wasn't a dynasty. They only won 2.
A brother from Detroit.
How about that?
A diehard Bad Boys fan.
Well, yeah, I
of
forgot
the
that
Pistons.
word.
Okay.
That was not a dynasty.
Okay. All right, then.
Okay, now, Golden State, 4 in 8 years. Let's break it down. How many championships can you win in 10 years? This is how I grade dynasties.
I'm listening.
If you can win at least 4 in a 10-year period,
Yes,
you got to put yourself in dynasty conversation.
Absolutely. I thought you was going to say something else.
You know
I'm
how
really
hard
glad
it
you
is?
said that.
Yeah, you know how hard it is to win 4
That's
championships?
almost every other year.
Come on, man.
That's almost 2 years, and then after 2 years, then maybe 3 in a row, and then, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, agreed. Like,
Absolutely.
What did Steph say after the game? After game 6,
He said
somebody asked him about the D word, and he said, "Now you can say dynasty."
Absolutely.
So if the players saying it, I mean, they thought about it before, but nobody wanted to talk about it because you won 2 with Durant. Still with the trio of Draymond Green,
right?
Yeah, but now you won 2 without Kevin Durant. You got 4 titles.
And don't forget, they went to the championship and lost.
And lost to Toronto.
So they would
have had that one.
Come on, man.
Would have had that
Toronto,
one.
that was a
I mean, you
really
lost Durant and you lost Klay Thompson in that game.
Absolutely.
Right.
They just handed the championship over to Toronto that
Pretty
year.
much.
So
Pretty
since
much.
we're talking about Steph, man, let's talk about his legacy. Okay. When you start mentioning Steph Curry's name, you got to put him in the greatest of all time. Not the greatest of all time, but you got to put him in the conversation of greatest of all time.
Because
players.
you're already saying he one of the greatest shooters, if not the,
he is the greatest shooter.
He is
so
the
then,
greatest shooter.
he's definitely in the stable of greatest of all time. And then we could just put all athletes in it, not just, I'm talking about Ali, Walter Payton, like Steph Curry, one of them. He's a special human being.
So,
absolutely.
So let's keep it in NBA. Greatest of all time. Where do you rank him?
Ooh, that's a hard one too, because
is he top 10?
He may be in my top 5. And it might be, and you might look at me like I'm crazy. Yes, I know you are.
Give me your top
now.
5.
And it's not in any order right now.
Right.
But I'm going to go with Wilt. Wilt Chamberlain's 1. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Definitely, because he changed the game. Wilt changed the game.
Okay.
Michael Jordan. Well, I can't put him number 1. Michael Jordan's I'll put him in number 1. So 3 so far. 4. Ooh, go ahead and put LeBron James. I'm not a big LeBron James fan. You guys know that. But it don't matter.
The numbers don't lie.
Yeah, the numbers don't lie.
So that means I love when somebody like you have to say that. Good. Yeah. We don't care about your feelings. Say his name. Now. I mean, I'm just saying, you got to say his name. See how close I am? That's the bully again. Say his name. Little man. Say it. King
LeBron. LeBron is on the list.
That's right, baby.
LeBron is on the list. I'm sorry, Griff. He's on the list.
Oh, man.
I'll put Steph there, and then people can say, I'm crazy, but Steph, when you look at Jordan, when you look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, and LeBron, and you put Steph in there, they all changed the game. They all had an impact on the game where you had to change the philosophy of the NBA.
Absolutely.
And I think with Steph, you're seeing that now. Look at what happened with the Celtics. The Celtics tried. They were bigger than the Warriors.
Thought they could just go inside.
As soon as you saw Poole, Steph, Clay hitting a 3, now you want to go hit 3s. You're doing. Thank you. Taking out your game plan.
Hella balls. Not just some, dog.
Yeah.
Hella balls, dog.
I mean, this can be arguable. Go ahead, Griff.
I just want to say, while we was talking about top 10, I'm still on Jordan, Shaq, Magic, Kareem, Kobe, Russell, Wilt. So I ain't put Steph in there yet. I'm still really kind of thinking.
Where you putting Bird?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's a hard list, but
so the list has to be, the list has to be broke down in point guards and light-skinned dudes.
Right.
Like, definitely the freshest light-skinned dude of all time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but your top 5. If you had somebody put a gun in your head right now and say, give me your top 5 all-time NBA.
Kobe, Jordan. Hell, I ain't even
put Kobe in there?
You ain't even got Duncan on that bad boy.
LeBron on here.
You ain't got Tim Duncan on there.
So he ain't in my top 10. Just thinking,
Akeem Olajuwon.
Probably not. But in my best shooters ever, definitely, because he beat Ray Allen, so he's definitely one of the best shooters.
Remember what
Stop
I said.
saying one of the best. He is by
the
far
best shooter,
the best shooter of all time
that the NBA has ever had in its existence.
But look at it like this. Remember what I just said. How did they impact the game? Did they change the game?
Of course he changed the game, because now all kids since the 7th grade just want to shoot 3s.
And I gave you my 5 that changed the game. Okay. Those guys changed the game. So they have
look
to
at the Shaqs. We ain't even. Olajuwon was playing center like he was a point guard,
bro.
Did he change it for centers? Did he change the whole game? He changed it for giant dudes that's 7'17".
I said change the game. I didn't say change for a particular position.
No,
change the game, right?
Listen, it's safe to say it's hard to put a top 5. It's almost impossible to do a top 5, man. So
not impossible. Jordan ain't in your top 5? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Yes or no?
Oh, he's number 1.
LeBron ain't in your top 5?
Yes. Him and Kobe,
you got a strong top 5. And LeBron ain't in your top 5?
Stand over me and bully me, and I'll put him in I'll put him in there. LeBron is in there. He's in there. LeBron's in there.
Okay, I got Steph at my point guard. I got LeBron at the 2. No, I got Jordan at the 2. I got LeBron at the 3. I got Shaq at 4, and I'm putting Kareem at 5.
You know what? I'm going to leave that alone, and then let's ask the listeners and the viewers next week, Give us your top 5.
Man, that's tough, bro.
Yeah, I know. But you just shouted out a nice 5, dog.
Yes, sir.
I
So,
tried to help you guys. You guys need to be drug tested. I'm telling you.
so it's about that time for the quarter pounder breakdown.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I Hate the Homies podcast. Your boy Rock Tees. That's my dog Griff. And of course, Supa Dave over there, available wherever you get your podcast, brought to you by our friends at McDonald's, featuring that hot and juicy double quarter pounder with cheese, made when you order and worth pulling up for. In the breakdown segment, we're going to discuss the NBA draft. Supa Dave, where we going with this? Because this is not your typical NBA draft like when Zion Williams was coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Not just Zion, but Jay Morant and a whole bunch of other
Well,
people.
first of all,
I
don't
know none of
disrespect
these
the man's
dudes,
name.
dog.
Is Ja.
I know
Morant.
I'm always
Ja.
calling him
Yeah.
wrong. Ja Morant. You
Yeah.
are absolutely right. Sorry, Ja.
I'm just gonna be real with you guys. I was never interested in the NBA draft of the last 2 or 3 years.
Oh, okay.
It has not been good. I mean, when was the last time we really just focused on the NBA draft? And we looked at one particular player. You brought his name up just a few seconds ago, which was Zion.
Right.
And what
Zion- He has been a black golden goose who has laid nothing. They get no beanstalks out of him. They get nothing. He has let down the whole city, and they going to the playoffs without him. He should feel away.
Yeah, I didn't want to believe this because I was one of the guys saying, "Man, Zion's gonna be nice in the NBA," and he was when he first got there.
He's a little boy. That's why I just kept saying, I don't know.
If he can control his weight, he's gonna be very serviceable. He's gonna be nice in the NBA. The boy got game. You can't take
I'm
away
not
his
taking
game.
away none of his game, dog. I'm just saying
He
you
just
had the
can't
best
stay healthy.
opportunity in the world. You living with your mom and your daddy. Your mama cooking you food. You got the ability to buy chefs, get the best trainers. That
No excuse.
you got no excuse. And yes, you young and you got hella money and you just want to buy stuff and eat everything. And you in New Orleans where the food is the most amazing in the whole country.
But he can play. Going
He
through all
used
of that.
to.
No, he can still play.
Oh,
He can still
dog.
play. I
can
give
still
that.
play.
He can still play.
When y'all saw him played, I ain't seen him. I ain't
He
seen
can
him.
roll around the court like a ball. He still can
Exactly.
play.
He could
Okay.
be one of them mopper dudes on the. He all big, looking like the quarterback for the Raiders that just wouldn't stop eating from LSU. Man, they said he came to a Warrior game. They was like, when y'all get another tackle? We saw Jamarcus, me and my brother, tattoo Raider fans, we saw Jamarcus Russell in the club while the whole NFL was in camps in Atlanta, and we really walked over to VIP and everything. His uncle was his sports agent. We looked him in his eyes, showed him our Raider tattoos, and said, Jamarcus, go to camp, dog. While you in the club, dog, look, I don't, and his uncle was like, hey, brother. I said, man, this guy, get you a real sports agent, dog. Go to camp.
Bro.
Raider Nation is waiting for you.
That was
That's
a big disappointment.
whole nother story, dog.
But look at the NBA draft now. And CBS, you look at some of the mock drafts out there, and they tell you who they think the top 5 would be. Like Orlando, right now, they got Jabari Smith.
Right.
How much do you know about Jabari
out of
Smith?
Auburn.
Yeah, out of Auburn.
Yeah. I know
He's solid.
everything about Jamari Smith that you told me 3 minutes before the show started. Who is he?
What about
Never
Chet
heard of
Holmgren?
him.
Big 7 foot out of
Chet
Gonzaga.
Holmgren sound like the dude from Weird Science, the brother that grew up.
And these guys might be something down the line, but
I remember Gonzaga had a fresh dude. It must have been Chet. Okay.
That was him. But I didn't really get into the college basketball until when? And when this is for all of us.
Right.
When the tournament starts.
Well,
by then you're learning guys, because I used to watch college basketball all the time when kids stayed in school.
Right.
Now you got the big names really going.
Man, can we not talk about staying 1 year, dog? Let me ask you.
1 year ago.
Let me ask you. Okay, you 19 years old. You want to go to an all-white school with 2% black people in it, and these people about to give you $40 million? No matter how old you are, what you know, or anything, would you like to continue your education for 3 more years,
Absolutely
homie,
not.
and not get this $40 million right now?
Absolutely not.
No, you
Grow
take
up.
the money. I
tell you something.
don't hate on that.
While
I mean,
Krzyzewski was worrying about all his freshmen leaving, you should have saw his face when UNC beat him twice. First, they beat him at the crib that's named after him. He was sick. When they beat him in the tournament, he kind of had this arrogance. He's so arrogant. It's amazing his arrogance made him the best high college basketball IQ human being in the world, but his arrogance killed him. He hate UNC. He just won't never say it out loud like UNC say they hate Duke.
One of the biggest rivalries of all time. And
if you ain't never been in Raleigh and Durham or the
bro.
Triangle,
But
when Duke and UNC play each other,
oh dog, but don't confuse his confidence with his arrogance. Coach K is one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time.
absolutely.
So you got to respect that. So he's confident
but
about
UNC
his ability.
fans don't.
Of course, that's why he beat him. UNC was just a better team last year.
They was.
They proved it. They was just a better team.
Period.
But I do like Banchero out of Duke. He's expected to go third to the Houston Rockets.
I wasn't impressed, Rock. I was not.
I like Banchero.
How tall is he?
He's fine.
He's 6'10".
But what talent are you going against in the NCAA? When he gets to play in the NBA, you're going against bigger guys, guys playing for big time money.
I get it.
That's what I'm looking at. That's why I can't get hype over this.
Right, but
NFL draft, I'm sitting there watching.
Right.
Especially the first 3 rounds. I'm into it. But over the last 3 years in NBA draft, I have not watched really a lot of the draft. Unless you're pulling for a particular team.
These we won't sit here and disrespect these young men that were outstanding in college and whose mamas and daddies got them to a place where on Thursday somebody gonna say their name and they actually gonna do what they talked about since they was a kid. So shout out to all them young men. All I'm saying is, who the next Kobe? Who the next LeBron? We don't need another step. Like, I would love, we were so expecting Zion to be something, and he let down the world, dog. No offense, Zion. You kind of let down the world, dog.
He didn't let down the world. He ate the world.
With bread and cheese and all the toppings.
Sopped it all up.
You understand me? A little salt on Brazil.
Let's
a
be
little
fair.
ketchup in Europe.
Let's be fair, man. 'Cause I ain't gonna let y'all just keep disrespecting Zion like this. Now, did he make poor decisions? Yes, he did. But it's still early.
He's a little boy, dog. I was just saying, it must be nice to get your little boy fat when you 19 or 20.
Yeah.
Like
I think he's going to turn it around.
I want him to.
I think he's learned his lesson.
He's not going to be a thin basketball player. That's not how he plays. Right.
Okay. So let's not
speak his name with Shaq. Do not
no,
ever
we,
do that.
no, I'm just saying Shaq was a big boned boy too.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to be a smaller
With talent. Shaq. He had more talent than
Zion. Zion got talent too. Matter of fact, Zion can shoot the three.
Boo, you the homie. I hate this episode, dog. You know what?
Zion proved that he can shoot the three.
But where should he be?
Who you hate, Griff?
He should be inside, right?
No, he don't shoot the three. He stay in the paint. That's where he make most of his money. But I'm just telling you, he can shoot the three. I'm not comparing him to Shaq. Shaq is one of the greatest of all time. It's hard. You can't compare a big man to Shaq. Except maybe Wilt Chamberlain. Okay,
right. Yeah. As far as bringing them down and putting them up,
as far as just big bruiser.
Yeah, you're right.
Kareem was Kareem, but he wasn't that. He wasn't that bully center.
Absolutely not. No, he wasn't.
Shaq was like, I dare you to come in this paint.
Absolutely.
So is Zion that? No, but he's a big player. He's big boned. He made mistakes. Let's hope he learned from his early mistakes. And when he comes back, if he stays healthy, he's going to be a superstar in this league.
You sound like his uncle.
We need to keep this tape. We need to keep this tape. Exactly.
Homie. I don't know about you, Supa Dave, but I'm just sitting over here. All I hear is the teacher from the Peanuts. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah. Wah, 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 Zion. Wah, 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 superstar. Wah, wah. Wah, wah,
wah, man. Y'all can say what y'all want to say, but I'm ready to get my dog on double quarter pounder with cheese, man. Real burger experts know exactly what we're talking about when we pull up to that McDonald's drive-thru, dog.
Well, I like the quarter pounder for one reason only. It looked like the picture on the screen every time. You could see the smoke. When you see the smoke in the picture, you instantly smell the quarter pounder with cheese.
Come on, dog.
The double quarter pounder with cheese is the only thing from McDonald's. It's the only thing that satisfies my cravings. It's the only thing, other than my wife.
That's good. I'm
knew
about
that.
to touch you
'Cause you
again
were
because
looking
I'm proud of you. This is my quarter pounder with cheese touch right here.
Yes. So get a drip that inspires your drip when you order a double quarter pounder with cheese at McDonald's. Oh, and get a free medium fry and drink when you get your double quarter pounder with cheese in the McDonald's app. And of course, extra napkins are on us.
On the homies, fresh beef at participating U.S. McDonald's excludes Alaska, Hawaii, and U.S. territories.
Tyreek Hill says that Tua Tagovailoa is more accurate than Patrick Mahomes. Now, if you guys don't know who Tua is, he's the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback of Kansas City Chiefs. I think he's accurate on that.
I think you sound like Tyreek's first cousin. Number one, Tyreek, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm a Raider fan. I don't even hate the Kansas City Chiefs. I hate the Broncos, but they definitely in my top 3. So of teams I could not care about. How you talking bad about the dude that got you everything that you look around when you go home? That dual staircase you got, thank you, Patrick Mahomes, for throwing to me. Oh, all them cars you got in your garage, thank you, Patrick Mahomes, for throwing them to me. Thank you, Patrick Mahomes, for throwing them to me every season while I was there, the same way to keep me that guy in the NFL. Thank you, Patrick Mahomes.
First of all, Griff, nobody said, well, I didn't say that Tua is better than Patrick Mahomes.
Oh,
I agreed that Tua is more accurate.
how we know? He ain't even played, dog.
Then Patrick
He
Mahomes.
also is Zion in it right now.
Don't argue. I want to hear
Tua
this.
is a very accurate quarterback. That's one of the perks.
When?
He's always been accurate. Ever since.
When, dog?
What football game have you been watching?
Tell me.
Let me tell you something, bro. Y'all are getting confused. Okay, stay with me
I'm
here.
with you. Okay, I'm
You
with
guys
you.
act
Come on.
like I'm saying that Tua is a better quarterback.
No,
than
no,
Patrick.
no. We passed
He's
that.
not even close to being
We're
a better quarterback.
trying to understand and perceive.
But
How are you saying he's an accurate quarterback when the dude ain't really played no games in the NFL? He's been a cripple. He's been a whole cripple that keeps getting better.
I'm going off the games he has played.
Whoa, them Alabama ones, dog.
No, the few games, the handful of games he
The
played.
handful is what he played.
That's one of his strengths. He's accurate.
Let's skip this
Now,
part.
everything
Are you
else-
agreeing with Tyreek? Do you think so? You saying Tyreek Hill? Wait a.
All I'm saying is he is just as accurate or more accurate than Patrick Mahomes. That's all I'm saying.
So,
but as far as will I take Tua over Patrick as a quarterback? Absolutely not.
well, why are you loving him on the left side and not loving the whole side, though?
Listen, when you
don't warm me up, buddy.
When you grade players,
I'm just looking at you. Okay, I'm looking at you.
Talking about accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
Arm strength.
And you also talk about number of games, my friend. You also talk about number of games. If you go over 380 yards in 2 games and you only play 5 and the other ones you threw 150, your average is going to be right around 240, 251. Homie, that's great.
Just like
5 games.
Just like with
Grow
Tyreek
up.
Hill. Tyreek Hill and you need to be drug tested. I'm seriously.
Y'all got that Antonio Brown, dog. We need to see your P, dog.
I don't know what you're making at right now. When you look at the 4 seasons, listen to me. 4 seasons when he played with Patrick Mahomes, 86. He averaged 86 catches,
right,
over 1,200 yards.
Absolutely.
Last year, he had 111 passes caught last season with the Kansas City Chiefs. Would he get 111 with Tua in Miami? No, he won't. It's the same team that tried to get rid of Tua. Who are they going after? Deshaun Watson. And the reason they just stopped, they didn't get Deshaun Watson because of all the trouble he's in right now. They didn't want Tua. They did not want Tua.
Why you got the Dolphin fans? We not even discussing Tua. This ain't the point. Tua gonna be okay whenever he do, but he ain't played no games, and y'all kind of getting stuck with a Marcus Mariota.
And Tyreek Hill is saying all this because, first of all, he got his money. That's number one. He got his money, and he's trying to be behind his quarterback, who he's played with maybe for 6 or 8 hours during a mandatory camp. That's
talking
it.
about
Not against other teams, against your team. He's going to look good against your team. I want to see him look good against other defenses, and he does not look good against other defenses.
Okay, so what do you consider a good completing ratio percentage for a quarterback? What's a good number? What's a good percentage to you guys?
Completing
percentage.
game?
Completing percentage.
After a
Overall,
game.
after a game, career, whatever. What's a good completing percentage? So if you guys don't know what completing, this is how many attempts and how many was completed. The higher that percentage, the better accurate that quarter is. What Super Dave, I'm talking to you right now. What is considered a good, solid, above average completing percentage?
Somewhere in the 90s to me.
Bro, that's obvious.
I would say
even Tom Brady don't do that.
I would say
all the
I'm
time.
just saying,
I would say
but
67 to
Yeah,
71%.
but you're saying about percentages. I don't care about percentages. I gave you the number of
when you
what
talk-
he averaged throughout the entire 4
Let's hear
years.
it. Yeah, I'm sure you got an
Let me
answer
break
for it.
something
Let's
down
hear
for
it.
you, my little
I'm
chatty.
listening.
When you talk about Tom Brady, when you talk about Aaron Rodgers, when you talk about Drew Brees before he retired, when you talk about some of these quarterbacks that you put in the upper echelon of quarterbacks in the NFL,
Peyton Mannings.
the Peyton Mannings,
Right.
Then you got everybody else.
Yes, agreed.
Low 60s to mid 60s is a solid quarterback percentage for them.
Yes.
Okay.
Over a career.
From game to game or over a career.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. Mhm.
So far, I understand Tua has not played a lot of games, but for the games that he has played, he's at 71%, bro.
Dog, don't, but okay, ladies
just
and
going
gentlemen,
off of-
he proved an important point.
That's going to the Raiders.
Now,
What do you mean?
wait a minute. First of all, keep my team name out your mouth, Chris. You understand me? Now,
Las Vegas Raiders.
good
Of course,
point.
you're going to put great numbers up against
Good
them.
point.
now everybody do hate Chris / Super Dave. Y'all better be glad it ain't football season yet, because we ain't even me and
wait
Dave
till that
and
time
Rocky been doing this for 6 years, literally in the hallway, Monday through Friday, just in walking by.
True.
Like so when football season and college and how we're hyped about that. And I know it's people that love basketball, NBA like that. I'm not one of them. I personally think it's something wrong with you when you 6'19". Something wrong with your skeleton. You're not supposed to be that tall, dog. You a great dang human being.
Right.
How many 90-year-olds you know walking down the street with their dog? Exactly, dog. Something you a Marmaduke, dog. It's 6'26". Yao Ming, dog. You not supposed to be no human being that big, dog. Stop it, dog. And now you play a sport. Come on, dog. We might as well watch the Little Rascals or something, dog.
Did Rock convince you with what Tyreek said?
Oh, boo. Whatever, Rock. I stopped listening to Rock a long time ago when he was talking about percentage in the higher echelon.
I gave you the numbers. 111 passes last season with Kansas City.
4 games, dog.
You would not get that
He
with
played
Miami
4
this year.
games, dog.
Listen, all I said, and y'all heard me. All we have to go on is what he's done. That's all we have to go on. I don't care if he played one game. That's all we have to go on. All right, so we'll follow back up.
Light
This.
skin.
It is what it is.
I don't know, dog. You must have some kind of Alabama passion that I don't know about, dog. I don't know.
Let's talk about Tom Hanks, man. You know, he defended his beautiful wife.
Come on, Woody.
If y'all don't know, would you like to set this story up, man?
It's real simple. Tom Hanks is an A-list celebrity. He did comedy for 17 years. That's what a lot of people don't even know. And then jumped into acting with drama super duper hard, and has been the man since he came out. Was walking with his wife, going somewhere, and the paparazzi got too close. Accidentally, you know how when you was little and you be walking with your friends, your brothers, and then they walk in front of you and you bust that foot to the left and make them trip?
Yes, sir.
Somebody did that to his wife. Nobody was like, my bad, Tom, my bad. I ain't mean to. I was too close. That's my bad. He waited a second, and then he was like, yo, get the blank away from my wife.
Yeah, period.
Then they put it on some dude who looked like a cartoon when they showed who was mad. And then they was like, sorry, Tom, it was too late.
Yeah.
Like, as a man, here's a man you never want to mess with, world.
So
a man that's walking with his wife and his daughters in the public. What you're seeing is a whole Rottweiler. He's not hearing what his daughters are saying. He's not hearing what his wife is saying. He walking and talking and laughing with them, but he looking at every man. He looking at every exit. He looking at every bush you could jump out. We be on guard protection, dog.
Right.
You don't bump into somebody's wife. You way too close.
Let me tell you
way
something.
to go, Tom. It just made me love him more. The same way when Kirk Franklin cussed his son out.
Come on, dog.
I'm not gonna say, Kirk, you a horrible dude. Your son better not never talk to their daddy like that, dog.
The key here is after she had got tripped, Tom turned around and said, "Oh, hey."
He was waiting for one
waiting
man
for
to say,
somebody.
"My bad, Tom. I got too close. My wire came. That's my bad. You know, that's my bad."
None of that happened.
Nothing.
I would have done the exact same thing if that happened to my wife.
Huh.
Like, y'all ain't even gonna say my bad. I apologize. Hey, I'm sorry.
Just
Nothing.
kicking people's wives while their husbands is walking.
And see, here's another thing. I get it. He's a big time celebrity, and most fans say, well, hey, you're signed up for this. We're your fans. We're the reason why you are who you are. He's still a human being. He's still a person.
You don't understand.
You gotta respect people's space.
Oh.
Like, you can't, we're public figures. You know what I'm saying? And we get it too. We don't get it like Tom Hanks, but we get it.
Right.
So, but still, it's like, come on, you still gotta respect
Most people, because they hear us all the time on Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell and the Ricky Smiley Morning Show with you, they know how we are. They know you be at games with your daughter. So if they came to you at a game and was like, what's happening, man? I see your daughter out there doing just like you said. I listen every day.
Absolutely.
You mind if I get a picture real quick? Wait for this next time out.
Absolutely.
You know, if I'm at a restaurant and people hear my voice and they turn around, I go, hey, what's cracking? I'm Griff. And make them laugh and I keep it moving. But I go take a picture and everything.
Absolutely.
But it's sometimes where, and all I saw was he was quickly trying to get to his car. So I don't know where he was coming from, but they wasn't walking slow and looking to the left and right. And he was moving pretty quickly, and they was really kind of running, chasing up with him. And that's what agitated him.
I'm going to be real with y'all. I can't.
You act like we being fake. Grow up.
He can't. He's reached his height already.
Have a conversation. A conversation like we're having right now.
Snow White is looking for you, dog, by the way. Okay, you must be strong, you boy.
My serious part. Be serious now. Come on, man. God. You said I got to deal with.
Papa Smurf is looking for Buff Smurf. Where is Buff Smurf? I repeat, Buff Smurf to the big mushroom.
Laughing. No, man. No.
He said he over.
Yeah,
Buff Smurf.
Listen.
What does Buff Smurf look like, bro?
All the blue is cracking out of him. He ain't got no blue left, dog. It's all white meat Smurf.
I can't stand y'all.
Does he have pajama pants on like Papa Smurf? Because Papa Smurf had the pajama pants.
He got on a tank top and these little Speedos on Buff Smurf. And I'm going to kill Gargamel. After we yell that cat.
That's me. That's me if somebody touched my wife.
Oh, man.
Totally. That is me, because I can't tell you how I would react. I can't say I would react like Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I'll probably go crazy. Because at that moment, we're thinking about it. We're talking about it like
he was walking ahead of her, and he wasn't even
that situation
right.
When it happens at that particular time.
I'm going so hard on my security when we get in the car. We just sitting there. What was you doing, Todd? Why is she way on her left side away from? Why was she like? What's going on? Why am I paying you?
Yeah, I'm holding my wife's hand.
I'm having them conversations.
I'm very protective.
I'm all because me and my wife, when we're out a lot, I'm always holding her hand. You know, just because one, that's my best friend, and I love her.
Your wife,
but two, especially in crowds like that,
let me know.
it's like,
this one is chose.
No, come on, now it is what it is.
And if a dude come up, a proper dude will come up to you and say, "Hey, sweetheart, partner, I wiped that one up, dog.
Oh, yeah, a long time ago.
Do that one."
Yeah.
And my bad, dog, my bad. And then that's cool. But depending on what they say next, I don't care.
Right. Period.
The disrespect. That's all Tom was saying. Y'all just wasn't ready for Woody to cuss everybody out.
I hate to be disrespected. And of course, I know what y'all going to use because that's that short man complex. Yeah, I'm always got to stand tall.
You wasn't even thinking that. And that was a low self-esteem on your own, dog. You brought it up
that theory
by yourself. You must have jumped out of your little self, and your other little self said, "Tell him it's the short man complex." Then he jumped back in, and he was your little half a spirit. Your little half a spirit came out your body.
This is what I go through.
All right, man.
Dog, we out of here, dog. Y'all play too much.
Oh man, y'all, once again, tell a friend to tell a friend. I need y'all to go tell 3 people this week about I Hate the Homies podcast. Rock Teasy here from the Ricky Smiley Morning Show.
Man, it's your boy Griff from Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell. I'm at 2 trillion everywhere. Rock T is ROCKT. Holla. Rock T, holla. And Supa Dave got the profile gray man face on all his social media.
David Robinson also. So, I mean, are you senior and you got a junior? Are you a junior? What does that mean?
You don't want it to be confused with no Tim Duncan friend or nobody in San Antonio. It's so low self-esteem, though.
I am the David Robinson.
No, it says David Robinson also. You should put a semicolon in there. I want to hug you every time I email you and that come up, dog. I just want to hug my email, dog.
Is your father's name David Robinson? Are you a junior?
No.
Where does the also part come in?
When I used to have a sports show,
Right.
and the guy would introduce himself, I would say, I'm David Robinson also. And it just stuck with me. I just use it now.
So was it 2 David Robinsons on the show?
No, it's just me.
So why
I
would
know
you have to
it's
say
crazy.
also?
Makes
Crazy.
sense.
Don't put you try to put logic in there. It's no logic.
Now
It's
his
just
little spirit jumped out and said, tell him why you call yourself that. Then he jumped back in him. Close it out. They don't respect us.
Subscribe, download,
subscribe, please.
Go follow I Hate the Homies everywhere on social media. And you can also check me out with my wife every week on the Perfect Pair podcast. Anything about relationships, business, and personal. Listen, we're not the Perfect Pair podcast because we think we're perfect, but we have learned how to be perfect for each other. So you can check me out on that as well.
How about that? We will see y'all in the next episode. Cinco is done. Ray Duggar, close us out, homie.
Deuces.
Peace.
I hate the homies.